Morning guys, hope you're having a nice weekend. This is the COT data video for the week beginning the 4th of March 2024, and we've seen a decrease on the Euro FX. We've gone from 68,000 to 62,000 and the dollar is stable, and it has been for a while. We're just treading water above the zero line. I thought we might have seen a stronger reaction on the Euro. This looks now like a retracement because we were falling, and I thought this knee jerk would have been maybe stronger. However, we have weakened slightly on the bank position in there, so 68 to 62, so it's a small decrease. Okay, add yen. Yen, we're breaking the lows. So 120,000 minus, and then we went to 132,000. Yeah, so we're breaking that support. So we probably might have to see some yen, some yen intervention from the BOJ. We're really dumping. So we're probably going to see some more sustained yen weakness this week because of this. Euro could be a little bit weak, and the dollar's going to be pretty stable. But we do have to remember about the Euro. We are very strongly above the zero line, but we just had a decrease slightly on the week prior. Okay, Euro off, Aussie on. What's good about this now is that we're diverging. Before we were running in parallel, which is really weird. It shouldn't be running in parallel with the yen, and now Aussie's ticking up and the yen is dumping. So that would be normal in speech marks. This would be normal where we're having a divergence. That would be okay, but this running in parallel from this point is weird. It's really strange, and it moves together, which is really weird. So we're seeing a divergence, 81 to 79, so a slight increase of bullish positions, but we are heavily below zero, so bear that in mind. But we've seen a divergence between Aussie and yen, so Aussie yen longs potentially. Aussie off, pound on. We're very sideways. 46,000. Okay, so 46312, 46358. So we increased ever so slightly. A tiny increase in the week prior. We have got some resistance up here where we made the lower high and lower low combo. So it might struggle at the 50,000 mark. We can see that we had some reaction here, very strong free fall. So it might be wondering, maybe this could be like a top, perhaps. So this could be why we're going a little bit sideways on the pound. So bear that in mind. It's strong, but we just went sideways. Pound off, CAD on. CAD just ticks lower ever so slightly. Yeah, I can't quite show you. 800 minus 800 to minus 1,300, so a decrease there of positions. We didn't quite go above the zero. Likewise, we saw quite a big reaction up here, so we might be struggling up here. So it could be looking left to the old resistance, and down we come. So obviously a big chunk of resistance here on the CAD, and this is the near-term resistance. So it might be struggling, might be looking at that potentially. So yeah, slightly negative on the CAD. Gold on. The herd are very short this now. There's 11,000 lots short versus I think 2,000 lots long. So they're getting quite screwed on their bearish bets. Okay, so we might see a reaction this week where we'll see like a big pump on gold and then a reversal because it will just be a short squeeze. Okay, so we have to remember to keep an eye on the retail sentiment, which is what the sheet comes into play because it updates in real time. Retail sentiment. So gold 140 to 141, so an increase, and we already were positive, so quite bullish. So we might see a big pump in order to get these bears out, and then we're going to see a big reaction on gold. Okay, so remember that the herd are very short gold. Okay, gold off, and then coming to the end of the video, New Zealand dollar and we have ticked higher. So 2000, oh no, that's the dollar, 6626 to 100 to 10,000. Yeah, so big increase there of New Zealand dollar. Now this, traditionally speaking, would be a New Zealand dollar USD long because of the crossover, but you'd want to be careful, obviously, because if the herd are doing one particular thing, they're going to get screwed and they're going to get punished. So you know, if the herd are very long NU, it's unlikely going to pump because it's very unusual for them to get paid. Normally they have to get punished. So while this is very good, like long term, for near term, short term trading, the retail sentiment is probably arguably a little bit stronger. If you're an intraday trader, if you're swing, then the COT data is really useful. But we have to be careful because this, on one hand, says buy, but the retail sentiment might say another thing, and you want to be careful because you want to stay on the right side of the retail herd if you can. You don't really want to be trading with them, especially if they're very skewed, you know, if they're really short or really long. Okay, so just be careful there. While this is a New Zealand dollar USD long, you'd want to be looking at other things as well. Okay, don't just trade this blindly on its own. Okay, so we'll have to wait and see. And of course, if we go risk on this week and we continue to go risk on, then New Zealand dollar should do okay because it's a risky currency. Okay, little caveat there: don't open a trade just because it says buy or sell on here. You want to do your research. And Swiss franc, and I bet we're really sideways. We are. And that's today's video, so I'll wrap up now and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Remember to trade safely. If you see a setup, remember to do your own research, and if you need me to help, just let me know.